Hey, Roger.
Yo!
Hey, man, what do you think if we made a movie of our own?
I know you were saying there's a little bit more to life than just working in the video store. So, yeah, maybe we should. Maybe we should make a movie.
And what do you think about, like a zombie flick?
Well, I'm kind of burnt out on zombies, to tell you the truth.
Not like your regular zombie flick. What if it's bees?
Bees?
Bees. I said bees.
Yeah, no, I heard you. I'm just not sure I follow the bee logic.
Bees that come back from being squished and killed, and because they're being wiped out, man. Global warming and shit knocking out the bees. The bees are coming back and they're hungry for blood, and they're making blood honey.
Blood honey. That could be the subtitle.
And we can call it Zombeavers.
Actually, I do dig the title. Zombies.
Who would combine some random ass insect or animal and fucking the zombie, protocol? Stupid. And never mind. I got some reading I gotta catch up on. Yes, sir.
Fucking zombie animals, huh? Well, I mean, it's been done before, I suppose. I suppose it could work. Oh, hello, internet fans, and welcome to 3B Video. I'm your host, Rotten Roger DeMarco, and today we're going to be talking about Jordan Rubin's 2014 film, Zombeavers. Yeah, this is a Patreon request for Jeremy Meyer. He requested a very weird movie, and I'm here to oblige him. So, this one's for you, buddy. Okay, so here is your plot synopsis. You got a group of girls who are going out to spend the weekend at a lake to help one of their girlfriends get over the fact that her boyfriend cheated on her. So they're going out there to just have a ladies' weekend and forget all about the guys. And then the guys come crash the party, and also Zombeavers crash the party. Pretty much it. I mean, it's a movie called Zombeavers. I think you can kind of get the feel for what this movie is going to be just from the title. But before we get into my overall thoughts of the film, first, let's take a look at
Ryan Rogers! Splatter facts.
We have 10 dead bodies. We have 2 titties. We have 1 dead deer. Gratuitous dick pics. Beaver POV. 1 pervy woodsman. Ridiculously loud sex. Baseball bat beaver bashing. The old Jaws zoom. 1 dead dog. Aww. I know. Were beaver transformation. Flaming beaver. Literal angry beavers. 1 Die Hard reference. 1 zombie bear. And cheating boyfriend comeuppance. Yes, the methods of death include and basically are limited to off-screen, tree smoosh, chewed up, castration, and ran over. Yup. Alright, so now on to my overall thoughts of this film. With a title like Zombeavers, it can very easily be dismissed, scrolled right past, walked right past. You're either going to be into this movie or you're going to go, not for me. 2 camps. Well, this movie is definitely for me. This is definitely for the 3B video audience. This is a silly, campy horror film along the veins of like Cooties or Black Sheep. It's one of those really weird, super funny movies that knows what type of movie it is. And this movie is genuinely funny. It has very, very funny dialogue. Some really good moments between characters just having fun, ad-libbing, which is all evidence at the end of the film when you get to the outtakes. They are brilliant. This movie is quite possibly one of the funniest horror comedies that I have ever seen. It does sort of remind me a little bit of those trauma films, but this movie has much higher production value than, say, a trauma film. It does have that sort of crass humor with the sex and the dick jokes and all of that stuff, and the gore is pretty in your face and wild, but it looks better than a trauma film. So that separates it from the super low budget horror that has this type of tone. The actual beaver designs, the animatronics or puppets, for the most part, they look fantastic. They're really well done, really articulate, and kind of scary. And there are a couple of shots of some CGI beavers and things like that, but they're very minimal. The main focus on this film is puppet work, and it's badass. It's top notch. They do a lot of the old Sam Raimi-esque tricks, you know, where it's a beaver puppet and they're gonna pull it along really fast on some monofilament to make it look like it's running, when it's clearly just getting dragged. It has that Sam Raimi charm. If you're a fan of Evil Dead and you're a fan of trauma stuff, this is gonna be that perfect blend for you of very gross, very funny, you know, attractive females in bikinis, over-the-top sex scene that is not like any other sex scene that I've ever seen. The comedy is even there during sex, is what I'm getting at. And I do love the very small cameo by Robert Schaefer. Some of you may recognize that name because he is the Psycho Cop from Psycho Cop and Psycho Cop Returns. He has a really small spot in the film, and it's just nice to see him pop into a movie. Another good thing about this movie is that the three lead girls, they actually have a very good dynamic together. They really feel like they're buddies. And you know, you've got like an overly cautious one, you've got a damaged one, you've got a slutty one. They all have these very different character arcs, but they're all very funny and witty together, and it seems like they are good buddies. And I like that about this movie. I like that the females are the main focus and that the boyfriends are sort of this afterthought and they're just kind of tools. None of them really have any redeeming factor about them. They're all kind of douche canoes, if you will. But the lead girls, you really are pulling for them the whole time. It's all about this breakup and how to cope with the breakup. And there's, you know, some backstabbing and some, you know, catty girl shit going on. And it's really well done. They don't overdo it. It's not too complex. It's not like we're trying to reinvent the wheel here. We have a handful of girls, and we need just enough backstory from them to make us care a little bit about them and to know what they're going through, but we don't let the story get in the way of the mayhem, if you know what I'm saying. The one good thing that the males in the film do is they bring a lot of comedy to the film. Buck in particular, he is solely there to be comic relief. Every single thing out of his mouth is meant to get a chuckle out of you. And he's a total tool, but it's funny to watch a total tool be a tool. Tool. And it's also good that the boys do show up because they get to add to the numbers. In a movie like this, it's all about the numbers game. It's about how many dead bodies and how many boobs we get to see. That's what this movie's purpose is. It's here to entertain you and let you forget about the real world for an hour and a half, and it succeeds in every way across the board. Is this movie so much fucking fun because it's a movie about killer zombie beavers. But it does have slasher elements to this story, even though it feels very much like an homage to Night of the Living Dead, where you have a group of people boarded up inside of a cabin fighting off zombies, except these are zombie beavers who can chew through the wood that you board up the windows with. It's very silly, it's very fun, but the bottom line, guys, is that this movie is way better than you will expect, and it's extremely fun. It's just a blast from top to bottom. Goes by really quickly. You have a fun time with it. It's an hour and 17 minutes of zombie beaver action. That should be the tagline on the box that gets you to rent it. It's an hour and 17 minutes of zombie beaver action. So in my personal opinion, this movie is 100% popcorn as fuck, because it's a movie where beavers get sprayed with toxic waste, turn into zombies, and fucking eat people. I don't know that I have ever said a sentence similar to that in my life. This movie is fun. This movie is weird. This movie belongs on your shelf. If you have not seen it, you're doing yourself a huge disservice if you're a fan of horror comedy, because this one is up there, folks. So if I have swayed you to check out Zombeavers, click the link in the description and get a copy for you today. But I suppose I should probably get going, because after all, there's a lot of movies out there and somebody's got to watch them, so why not me, right? Hey, Evil, you better get a notebook and start writing shit down. I'm gonna have you come up here in a bit. We gotta brainstorm this, because zombies, that's gonna happen. 2020, goddammit. When they sting, you die.